Welcome back everyone, my name is Nativity, and right now we're going to talk about my top 5 principles of DJing. And the reason why we're talking about principles as opposed to methods, because everyone talks about methods. There's a gajillion videos here on YouTube that all talk about methods, and that's all good. But methods change and they update depending on the technology and the time of era that we're in. But my firm belief and my practice is that principles span all different types of eras and also different types of music. So it doesn't matter if you're an open format DJ, a wedding DJ, a corporate DJ, or rocking big festivals or whatnot, or big clubs. It's all pretty much the same. In terms of my experience, that principles apply to everything. The first principle we're going to talk about is the dance floor is everything. Keeping the dance floor happy means a good party. So what you want to do is you need to circulate the dance floor and make sure it's the right people that are dancing on the dance floor. What I mean by that is people need to be having fun. People need to be having fun. They need to be socializing. They need to be having a good time. They need to be smiling, dancing, all the good stuff. If people aren't happy, then they'll leave. The second thing is a happy venue and a happy client equals I'm employed or we're employed. What I mean by this is the bar needs to make money. So you need to be sending people from the dance floor to the bar at whatever specific venue you're performing at. In addition to that, for wedding clients, this means playing the appropriate songs that they requested for the appropriate time in the itinerary of the whole wedding. And third, for corporate clients, this usually means you need to be playing clean edits of the current songs to make sure a wide range of people who are at this corporate event are happy. Modern songs and older throwbacks. In addition to a happy venue and happy clients, the second most important thing is no fights. And by no fights, you need to make sure the pacing of the night and the type of music you're playing is appropriate. You need to be making sure you're not banging it out too early or you're not playing too many aggressive songs consecutively. You need to be mixing it up. Another way to ensure that there is no fights is you need to make sure you're good friends with the security. Always be good friends with everyone that works at the venue. They'll give you a heads up if there's anyone that could be an issue, and likewise they'll have your back when there is an issue or if there is an issue on the dance floor. Third thing is vibe. Vibe equals energy. We as human beings are social creatures. We want to have a good time, and if we're not having a good time, it shows. And if people aren't having a good time while you're DJing, people will leave, and if people leave, there's no party. The third principle is the only way to have DJ gigs is to have DJ gigs. So this is kind of a tricky thing when you're starting off because you usually don't have any DJ gigs. The main thing is your work experience leads to more opportunity. Every business in a certain region or in a certain subgenre or subset or music culture all know each other. They all communicate with each other. They give a heads up with other business owners, other club owners, other promoters, talent buyers, etc., so on and so forth. They all tell each other who's doing good, how certain nights are going well, and if there are any up-and-coming DJs that they really love working with. So if you do good at one venue, another venue will hear about it, usually. In addition to that, if you apply or you want to get hooked up with a certain venue and that owner sees that you've played at a different venue, if they know each other and they have a good working relationship with each other, they'll contact the other person and they'll say, okay, how's this person as a DJ? How did your night go? What were the numbers like? What was the vibe like? What was the energy like? Was this person good to work with? So it's always really important to get your name out there and to be DJing at whatever level you're at so that you can kind of build your experience level and your awareness level for whatever community that you're in. And third, in the subset of the only way to get DJ gigs is to have DJ gigs, is most places won't hire cold. So not cold calls or just showing up at a random venue. With my experience, because I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of awesome venues locally here in Long Beach and LA and in Venice Beach, sometimes these talent buyers and these owners of these bars and clubs will ask me, hey, have you heard of so-and-so or so-and-so? They approach me and what do you think about them? And most of the time I always tell them, or I ask them, have you seen this person on an off night? Have you had a conversation with this person when it wasn't busy? Were you able to get to know this person? And usually 9 times out of 10, they'll say no, they haven't really hung out with this person. They really don't know what's going on. Their social media, they have some things going on. but they're not a local. And why that's important is because usually locals will understand the atmosphere and the culture of a certain environment. If you're doing an open format gig and you start blaring out hardcore techno or gabber, they're not gonna, it's not a good fit. Or if you want to do, let's say, a reggae night and you're going straight into dubstep, that might not work. Or, you know, it's a hip hop night and you're playing house and 4 on the floor, that might not work right off the bat. So it's important to know what the culture is at each of these venues that you do want to perform at, and what their atmosphere is like. But before you know where you really want to perform, you got to ask yourself a lot of these different types of questions. Make sure you click up here with another video that I did with a lot of good and important questions to ask ourselves what type of DJ that we want to be. So moving on, the 4th principle, don't be an asshole. No one wants to work with people that aren't fun to be around. Let's face it, like I said earlier, we're all social and human beings, so we like to be around people that we actually enjoy hanging out with and spending time with. And when you start DJing, you'll be hanging out with a lot of the same people night after night. So bartenders, security, talent buyers, venue owners, promoters, we're all DJs, artists, we're all human beings, and we prefer to always go where we're celebrated, not where we're tolerated. We want to be around people that are fun and have good energy and aren't negative Nancy's and whatnot. Always be courteous, always be professional, don't be an asshole. Lastly, the 5th principle, be patient and persistent. A lot of this doesn't happen overnight, and it's okay. It takes time. All the best things happen in time. We didn't learn how to DJ right away. We didn't know what song goes with what song perfectly for a blend right away. So likewise, knowing how to network, how to meet people, meet the right people, and be good to people will come in time. Nothing good or long-lasting happens overnight. When you begin, you'll have to take whatever gigs and whatever shifts come your way, but in time, this will get better. Your experience points will level up. Every golden gig opportunity is a chance to leverage a better gig and a better opportunity that's more to your liking. What do you think about these 5 principles of mine? Do you have your own principles? If you have your own principles, please leave them below in the comments. I'd love to check them out. We're all here learning how to be a better DJ and be a better human being. So the more knowledge that we can share, the more wisdom and experience we can share with each other, the better. That's it for now. Until next time, remember, please be kind to yourself and each other. Peace.